Welcome one and all in here, out there, all around the world to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Folks, tonight, as I speak, Los Angeles is being ravaged by sudden, out-of-control wildfires, especially in the neighborhoods of Malibu, Altadena, and Pacific Palisades. Thousands of people have been forced to evacuate, and they don't know when they'll be able to return home. Now, for an idea of the scale of this fire, here's a photo a reporter took from a plane above Los Angeles 24 hours ago. And since then, wind gusts up to 100 miles an hour have spread the fire explosively, and authorities do not know when they'll have it under control. Now, we know people of Los Angeles are resourceful and kind, and they're doing everything they can to help one another. And we here want to send our love and concern to all of the residents of Los Angeles who are facing what is being described as the most destructive fire in the city's history. And if you follow this QR code right here, if you want to help, it'll take you to a list of some of the organizations that you can help address the needs of the people affected by these fires. Thank you for doing that. Yeah. Now, other parts of the country are dealing with a different kind of crisis due to record cold. Just ask the good people here in New York. Yes, the people in this audience. They nearly got frostbite waiting to get in here. Where they can be even colder. The southern states are being hit especially hard right now. In Kentucky, temperatures were in the teens, which was colder than Anchorage, Alaska. Wow. Someone should really check on Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell, and oh no, he's already frozen. Just do something. The deep south, a deep freeze is so bad, even Texas is under a winter storm watch. And just to stay warm, Texans have been forced to huddle around a shirtless Glenn Powell. Speaking of natural disasters, Donald Trump. Yesterday, the president-elect got behind the podium at Mar-a-Lago, cranked up the crazy, and then ripped off the knob. For instance, he was asked about pardoning the January 6th rioters, and he came up with an unexpected new theory about who was responsible.
I guess 24 or 28 people came now from the FBI. That came out very quietly. Nobody reported it, but they had people in some form related to the FBI. They had 4 or 5 people that were strongly related to the FBI. We have to find out about that. We have to find out about Hezbollah.
Hezbollah? I'm sorry. Is he now saying that January 6th was done by Hezbollah? January 6th was a day of love. Come on. It was a day of love. It was a day of peace that I have nothing to do with. It was Hezbollah, who is also the FBI. The B in FBI, of course, stands for Bullah. And it's been a while. It's been a while. I haven't done an impression in a couple of months, and I think I pulled my soul. Trump went on.
We have to find out about who exactly was in that whole thing, because people that did some bad things were not prosecuted.
Yeah, I'm looking at one right now. So the people who did January 6th are both misunderstood Proud Boys that you're pardoning and Hezbollah. That would explain the J6 Choir's new anthem, God Bless and/or Death to America. But the part everybody's talking about today involves Trump's strange obsession with annexing Greenland.
We need Greenland for national security purposes. I've been told that for a long time, long before I even ran.
Yeah, before he even ran. Even when he was a private citizen, he was told that constantly. And I'm being told we have a clip.
A big and tasty for just $1? How do you do it? What's your secret?
You need to annex Greenland for national security purposes.
Thank you. Just to be clear, one of the reasons the next 4 years are going to be a thick stew to choke down is that annexing Greenland was the craziest idea he had 4 years ago, and this time it's his first idea. I got deja cuckoo. There's so many reasons this is insane. One being, it's crazy. Another being that Greenland already has a daddy, and it's Denmark, and they're not looking to sell. Here's the Danish Prime Minister yesterday.
Greenland is for the Greenlandic people.
Yes! Yes, but also kind of weird thing to say about the Greenlanders since you took their land. Hey, you can't steal that car. It belongs to the guy I stole it from. The Prime Minister is not alone because on Monday, the Danish King, Frederik X, changed the royal coat of arms of Denmark as a rebuke to Trump. Here's the old one. You see down in the lower left-hand corner, that polar bear and the ram represent Greenland and the Faroe Islands. Here's the new one, where they are much more prominent. You tell him, Fred. Adjusting heraldic imagery is how His Majesty deals with all of his problems. Oh, you're talking back to your dad, eh, son? That's it. You're out of the seal. Say hello to my new son, Lion's head with severed hand. We don't do many heraldic jokes here at The Late Show. That's the first. It might be the last. It's a rarity. You are all collector's items now. But it's not just the Danes. Greenland's prime minister says he has no interest in Greenland becoming part of the United States. Okay, cool, I get it. But I do want to point out, Greenland only has about 55,000 people. At that size, you're really stretching the term prime minister. Manager, I'll have you know, I'm the prime minister of this TJ Maxx. Trump's so serious that yesterday his son Don Jr. paid a visit to Greenland, and Jr. was impressed.
Looks like an incredible place. We've been talking about going for a while. I was actually supposed to be here last spring for some of the stuff I do in my free time.
So, Coke? He knows all that snow is just snow, right? And before Don Jr. gets on his high horse, he's not so special. I have also been to Greenland. Don't believe me? Then how else would I have gotten this travel mug with Greenland on it? They don't sell these at LaGuardia, baby. Do they sell these at LaGuardia? No? All right, there you go. Yep, I went to Greenland with the show in 2022, and then I left because it does not belong to me. It's that simple. Greenland is lovely, especially if you enjoy barren landscapes of ice. Not a fan of ice? There's also gravel. And that's it. So why does Trump want this frozen gravel pile? Well, it might have oil and stuff like that, but the whole world thinks Trump's crazy idea is crazy, so Fox News defended it. But that's not an easy thing to do, as you'll see.
They're calling the president-elect bananas and crazy for coming up with this idea. But by the way, this is not the first time that America's tried to buy Greenland. Back in 1867, Democratic President Harry Truman tried to buy Greenland for $100 million.
Yes, President Harry Truman tried to buy Greenland in 1867. A mere 20 years before he was born. And he's not the only one. FDR also tried to buy Greenland in 2004 by sending his vice president the Erie Canal, a Democrat. But luckily, that deal was halted by President Genghis Khan 2 years before the Big Bang. Trump's second-term agenda isn't all annexing Greenland. He also wants to annex Canada, AKA left Greenland. Yesterday, Trump posted 2 maps on social media, one with the United States and Canada together, made of the American flag, and another with them labeled United States. That doesn't preserve any Canadian identity. I would have gone with US, eh? You're welcome. Someone. The King of Glory comes, the nation rejoices. Open the gates before him, lift up your voices. Who is the King of Glory? You guys got to be here for rehearsal. Unlike Greenland, Trump plans to acquire Canada peacefully.
Are you also considering military force to annex and acquire Canada?
No, economic force. Because Canada and the United States, that would really be something. You get rid of that artificially drawn line, and you take a look at what that looks like. They should be a state.
Hey, dummy. All the lines on maps are artificially drawn. You go to the border, there's not a big line up there. The coach doesn't come out with a chalk mark. You can't see it from space. And we already have a Canada. It's called Minnesota. They're cold, they're nice, they love hockey, and you can't understand a damn word they're saying. And hot dish is just poutine for funerals. Trump also knows who Canada would pick as their new leader.
I have so many great friends. One of them is the great one, Wayne Gretzky. I said, run for prime minister, you'll win it'll take 2 seconds. But he said, well, am I going to run for prime minister or governor? You tell me. I said, I don't know, let's make it governor. I like it better.
Trump knows exactly one person from every country. And it's always the most obvious person. He wants Wayne Gretzky in charge of Canada. Australia, obviously, should be run by Crocodile Dundee. And Italy will be led by Prime Minister Guy from the Pizza Box. We got a great show for you tonight. My guests are Alan Cumming and Diane